Danny!
What up, dude? What up?
My man!
It's been a long time.
Oh my God, you're finally on my show.
Yeah, finally.
Even though this is just a short segment, I'm gonna get you back for a nice sit-down conversation because I know you have a lot to share, man.
Yeah.
So, all right. So tell people who you are, what you do.
Yeah, so Danny Guillory, I'm a principal product manager in Intune, and I work in the app estate.
Awesome. So apps, that's your thing, right?
Cool. And it's so fun. It's kind of why I don't have much hair either, but it's a thing. It's a thing.
So it's hilarious because we were just in our Q&A session.
Yeah.
And you were in the audience and we pulled you up. We're like, come on, join the panel.
It's the last time I follow Rob York anywhere. Like absolutely last time I follow him anywhere.
And it was interesting that, people ask you questions about Intune and Windows and then apps. And I was like, Danny?
Yeah.
Danny?
Yeah. I came to watch and I wound up in the show.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
So talk to me about apps. What are you working on?
So one of the
audience?
things I'm working on is actually cool, and you've probably seen some of it because I think we gave it to you in our tenant.
Yeah.
Enterprise app management.
Mm-hmm.
So customers can see a catalog of apps, get their apps. They don't have to wrap apps anymore. I'm passionate about that because I spent so much time pulling up the command prompt /Q/H trying to figure out what those properties are.
Is it capital A, capital S, capital?
It's so much trial and error.
Yeah.
And you realize how much time you waste doing that. So when I saw this project and my manager offered it to me, it was like, I'll take it because it's another reason I lost so much hair, but I can help customers, at least get applications faster into their tenant.
Right.
Then they can deploy it. It compounds additional value that we're going to start looking into. So building the foundation, I really would love it to turn into like an API engine that you can just call and actually start pulling other things in and integrate with other signals.
Sweet.
But, so it'll start with a foundation with a catalog. So you'll get some simple stuff. Hey, search for an app, find an app, add an app, like very quickly. So
very quickly.
I actually did a side-by-side video that we really didn't get to show, but it takes a lot of time. Like I have 4 different screens when I was just trying to time it, like do it manual again. But then like with the catalog, it just pops in your tenant. Then you can just really deploy that app.
Right.
Like very quick instead of trying to figure out the uninstall command, the install command requirements, because we're going to give all that to you. So as a customer, you'll be able to get that stuff literally on day one. There's some other things you'll be able to get to, like when you're talking about trying to update applications. So
that's
version
important.
1 will be there, but then version 2 will show up. So then you'll be able to add version 2, go through the supersedence. Somewhere later on down the line, we'll give you a guided upgrade experience. So it just keeps getting better with every iteration.
Right.
And then once I get past that kind of foundational, that's what I would consider as a foundation. Once I get past that, I can look at some of the really fun stuff that I try not to get excited about because I really would love to pull in MDE signals, like all the different services that Microsoft has. I like to pull that stuff in. Just, we got to really focus on the foundation because all that stuff's going to be built on the foundation. So whenever we get to it, we'll get to it. But like I try not to get too pie in the sky, but that's stuff that really is tangible we could get to at some point.
Right. And we're slowly building the catalog too, right?
Yeah.
I mean, right now
catalog is going to start off at a decent size and then it'll just grow and grow. A lot of customers have been asking like Q&A, hey, how do we add more apps to the catalog? Can I request apps? We don't have processes for that now in the early stages, but as we iterate and develop, we'll get some of that.
Do you see that happening though?
I do see it happening. What I see is that the plate of all of the asks that I know customers have asked me for literally line up with things that I remember as a customer. So it's the harder thing is going to be the prioritization, right? Like, hey, here's 40 things. What 2 or 3 can we go do? And then we have our internal processes where we prioritize. So it's always a challenge of the prioritization. But I do see us getting through a lot of those asks that customers are asking for. Right. And it's really good that I think I take a lot of pride in it because I was a customer so long. So it's like, man, all right, I
used to be on the other side too. Yeah, so I know.
It's really surreal because I remember being in the audience, like never thinking I'd be on stage. People want to hear what I had to say.
Yes,
so
absolutely.
It's interesting that people have some of the same complaints and we can get them ways to actually be more efficient and effective with their time.
But your past experiences being a customer, right?
Yeah.
It really like opens the.
I think it does help. I'll probably create a little internal. They're like, man, Danny's too much of a customer. No, I just remember dealing with all of this. Like something that's really important to me is like time savings when you're adding applications or updating applications. So imagine it's 5 o'clock on a Friday. You're ready to walk out the office, but hey, this app comes in that it needs to be updated. Well, does it need to be updated? Why? Is it critical? Right. Is it not critical? Is it impacting 5 devices or 50,000 devices, right?
Yep.
I'd love to get signals like that in the console so that customers can see that and actually be able to make decisions instead of, man, I don't know what I want to do here, right? At least make the right decision, right? So I'd love to be able to get that stuff in the console for our customers, because I know it'll help them. And even if I look at what they'll add, what they see in V1, I kind of already have signals on what they want later. It really is just a prioritization. Like,
so that kind of like gets me to the spot where AI. Is that what you're thinking? Part of it?
So I don't want to dig into that one too much, but AI is nice, and really it brings some of the stuff that's pie in the sky closer. So really working with some of the other teams that I still need to reach out to and have deeper conversations rather than just passing them in the hall, right? Or seeing them here at Ignite. Like, I love to like dig deeper and see what we can do there, because there is a really good art of the possible we could do there for them with AI. I just don't know yet what exactly we could do, because there's some really good things and there's some things that probably are too high, or there'll be some things where we need dependencies. And that's really what the conversation does. When I was talking to the other PMs, like for AI, is like, hey, here's what we could do, but what dependencies, like what breadcrumbs do we need to pick up before we get to the end of that road, right?
Interesting.
So it's pretty interesting to have those conversations.
Awesome. So security is big also, right?
Oh, of course.
Especially with applications and stuff. So we're looking into all of that.
Yeah, and that's, again, that future roadmap that I really try not to get excited
No, we don't want to get into that.
Like, but man, it gets exciting once you can actually see the potential of the foundation.
Oh my God,
then a lot of that really comes into play, because it would be, again, it's so nice to be able to make decisions based off security. And there's nothing I think we do forward with management without security. If you can't no longer manage without thinking about security. So even with these apps, and as we go through the app updates, even if the app doesn't have an update, I probably still need to know if this one's vulnerable, so that I can at least understand and have an answer, instead of when somebody says, hey, what's going on with that app? You don't have to do this. Like, when I was a manager, I hated people shrugging their shoulders. Like, don't do this. Ask questions. Ask questions, give me answers, give me data so we can make a decision. So I'm hoping that we can actually go into more of that in later iterations.
I'm really excited, because I used to work with so many apps. I used to create and deploy and all that stuff. But I'm so excited about this enterprise app management. And specifically, you don't have to do that Intune Win packaging.
We're gonna do it all for you.
First, you got to go get it from GitHub, put it here, put a source, right? It's tedious.
But that's that trial and error,
right?
Yeah, that's that trial and error.
And this just does it for you like that. It's like, it's a game changer.
Yeah.
So fantastic. Yeah.
Thank you. It's all to the dev team. Like, I have to give kudos to the dev team, because when we first talked about this was, man, we're gonna do what? That's gonna be hard. Wait, we don't own these apps, so how do we it gets really interesting on how we do all that.
Yeah. And oh my God, I love it. So that's good. I don't want to drill you too much.
We're trying to pull secrets out, man.
Hey, you should give a plug about your show, though.
Well, yeah. So me and Steve do Unpacking Endpoint Management. That show was very passionate to me, because we used to have other shows that were like 15 minutes, and those 15-minute shows didn't really show customers like how to take the next step. So you would lay a nugget, customers would go after that nugget, then be like, hey, wait, I don't understand how to get started. So I love the whole unpacking session, because we can get not 400 level deep, but we can at least show customers how to get started. So me and Steve really jumped on that.
And you guys have a great chemistry and stuff like that too. It's fun.
I like to poke fun at Steve. Steve pokes fun at me, and we just really have a good time. I mean, it's all about really having a good time, because it may not look like I'm camera shy, but as long as I can laugh and giggle, and I don't mind
a little camera shy.
I don't mind if
people. So weird.
I don't mind if people laugh at me or with me, but if you're smiling, it works for me.
Right. What you guys don't know is that Danny's actually a pilot also. So a man of many talents.
Yes.
Right.
We all had many different lives before where we are. So that was one of my many lives in the past.
Yeah. So anyways, thanks a lot. Thanks, Danny.
Yeah, man.
Oh my God, it's
great.
It's
good job.
I love you, man.
Yep.
That's all, folks. See you next time.